shit. They hit you. They hit you. I said it was live. Let me see. Are we live? Are we live? Welcome to Truth Talk with Trevor. Boom, boom, boom. Damn, Trevor, already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Already, Trevor. Trevor, at least let me say hi to the people first before you go off. Okay? Thank you everybody for tuning in. Trevor came in. He's popping the Red Bulls already.
Man, I got shit staged. I've been ready for this one.
Well, I'm going to let you have your show. I'm just going to sit back and follow along. I just want to say two things. Happy birthday to one of our longtime followers, Chris Caleb. Ooh. I forgot to wish you happy birthday yesterday. So, Chris Caleb, if you are watching, sir, happy birthday. And also, happy birthday to the plug, my boy Doug. All right, Trevor.
All right. Let me hit share real quick. Here we go. So, like I just said, I've had shit staged because this has been a long time coming.
Damn. That's not all Red Bull, I hope.
No, that's coffee.
Okay. Hey, you drinking Red Bull?
Look, I might have thought about brewing my coffee with Red Bull, okay? So we are on today, and instead of our typical going through with city council and how they're helping my hairline recede, we're going with the school board.
Oh.
Because the school board, other hairlines are receding, like my arms and legs, all right? Those people just drive me nuts. We used to drive me nuts. We got some decent folk on there now. 3. That 3 is better than none.
I'm going to say 2.5. Because that third one I'm not really sure about, so we can split them.
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy. But it's fine. We have people who are actually talking about bettering shit for our kids instead of picking fights.
They still picking fights.
It hasn't gotten to fisticuffs yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Once it gets to fisticuffs, then it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but just my thing is they see that, the person and they keep screaming that I'm not going to call her name today because I'm so tired of hearing it. It's not paying them any damn attention. She's going on with her life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Leave her alone.
Oh, she's chilling.
She's living her best life.
She's in a place that doesn't have this white bullshit all over the place.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of one of the good, he's in the comments right now, Mr. Clack.
Mr. Clack.
Once again, thank you for everything you've done so far. I don't want to hear my voice from your phone.
No, I just turned it down.
I don't want to hear my voice at all.
Boss, I got you. I just turned it down. Mr. Clack, Karen, Melissa, Kevin Tay, thank y'all for turning in. My big sister Christine Snapper.
I love to see Mr. Luna pop on here. That's fine. He can catch later.
Well, let's see if I can tag him. Maybe Mike Clack can tag him. I mean, we friends, but I got a lot of friends on Facebook. The people just want to see what
there we go. I got him.
Did you tag him?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But let's go back a little bit to that last board meeting.
I was so mad you didn't tell me you were going when we left
I didn't know I was going. Seriously, the show was done. We got a little bit more work done around the studio because our contractor, fucking James, is a piece of shit. And me and Mickey have to pick up the slack. And you can tell looking at the place, I'm not the most handy with a tape measure. That's fine. Mr. Mickey's going to come up behind me and unfuck it. So I get out of here. I'm covered in polyurethane. I've got wood stain on me. I've got sawdust. Yeah. I look like a hot mess. I walk in. Mr. Clack sees me.
Yeah.
His eyes go up. And then he looks at me and goes, like.
Yeah. They know when 810 is in the building.
That, and I looked like I just got dragged through a wood chipper. And there proceeds to be some discussions. The first off that I actually sat down and listened to was the standards going on and how they're doing their best to improve the standards. And I had to sit there for a minute like, all right, you're looking for a 10% increase, and then I see 80, something. Like, is that compared to the city, the state, federal? those three have three very different meanings. The city, we already know we are bottom of the barrel in terms of our education academics.
Right.
So when you see 80% meeting the new standards, that really doesn't mean much.
Right.
I am happy that there is progress and our kids are doing better. But to compare to last year, it has a different sort of look to it. It's more of a placating measure.
Okay.
Right? And I saw some decent questions from the board. I saw Mr. Clack throwing a few out there. Hey, Tony, you don't want to know what Mr. Mickey had to do for this day. He flew to Ireland. He found a drunken Scotsman, fought him, threw some big-ass stones.
Tony comment? I can't see Tony comment. See, this is what I hate about this. Sometimes I have to refresh. I can't see Tony comment.
So threw out some good questions to these people, trying to clarify, to let it be known that the numbers you're seeing are not indicative of mass improvement. So he, right there already, within my first 10 minutes at the board meeting, we have Mr. Clack waving some smoke away from people's eyes, letting us know what's going on.
Right.
And then we hear Mr. Luna speak up after that presentation was done and say that in some committees, some committee members are sitting in their damn cars, so there isn't a quorum, so nothing gets done in committee.
Did you hear that shit?
I heard
I went home and turned it on my iPad. That's why I was mad because you went, because
I was supposed to be picking up my kid.
We didn't need to be there together anymore.
No, you and I would have been talking. I could sit there and just stare holes in people fine and dandy. You and I would have been escorted out.
Yeah.
They did have a police officer, a sergeant type there.
Okay.
3 stripes, and I don't fuck with 3 stripes. That's from time in the Army.
I don't like the police.
I mean, so
I like the one with all them guns, the little one though. The little Timmy guy.
Little Timmy.
Yep.
And then we hear about clear backpacks. All right, let me start off by saying, do I think clear backpacks will protect our children? No. You don't want it to be alcohol 30 up in here. I need some talking about this shit, but we ain't got none. Right? I do not think that clear backpacks will protect our kids. However, I am of the mind of, if we're doing nothing at all right now, try something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that clear backpacks is the solution.
Exactly.
But damn, do something, Trevor.
Exactly. Do something. Do anything.
Yeah.
And you know what? Clear backpacks, even if it is proven not to keep our kids safe, there's going to be a lot less contraband around our schools. How are you going to hide your vape? How are you going to hide a pack of cigarettes? How are you going to hide a bag of weed?
Right.
It's right the fuck there.
They're just going to put it in their pocket.
Okay.
But still, it's something being done. It may be that one kid that can't carry a Glock in his pocket that was going to put it in his book bag that's going to think twice now that he got this clear book bag. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, there's some kids that won't think about throwing shit in their pockets. Some kids, their fashion choices don't allow for heavy things to be in their pockets. Right? And let's just face it, some pieces of contraband that go into our schools are too big to go on your body.
That's true.
So clear backpacks. And for the price tag, that wasn't a lot of money to give every kid in the fucking schools here in Flint a clear backpack, and it takes the worries off the parents. Where am I going to find a clear backpack? Do I have to order it off Amazon? That's $30. The school's got you. The school's got you. I thought, you know what? That's a great idea. But you want to hear about parent input.
But the clear, we got an intruder, guys. You want to come in and say hi?
Yeah, actually.
I have 2 seconds.
She got 2 seconds.
We got Miss Ronnie in here.
Oh, did you guys get a sign?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a sign, Ronnie. You like a sign, Ronnie?
Mickey had to go and fight some dude over in Quebec just to learn how to make this himself. He had to earn the right. So.
It looks great.
Ronnie, we are the #1 network in Genesee County right now.
So let me jump back on.
Are you guys on?
Yeah, we're live.
Let me jump back on, screaming, shouting, yelling, and crying. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. Bye, Ronnie.
It's always nice to see her. They wanted parent input. I do have a child in the Flint Public Schools. My other one I took the fuck out. My input is do it. Don't give me a survey monkey because that thing's trash and it never gets the right results. Cindy. Kevin, I don't control Judy.
Okay, we're not gonna go there. We're not talking about Judy right now. We're talking about the Flint School Board. And let's back up for a second because Ronnie had to come by and get some stuff out of my car. The fucking clear backpacks were already at the schools.
Already there.
That's what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
They were there. They were there.
You know, that takes so much pressure off the parents. And it's just one and done. Hey kids, line up, grab your new stuff.
Yep.
Don't bring the old one back.
Yep.
Already paid for, already done.
And the teachers knew that this wasn't a solution, but they weren't against it.
No. Half of them, from what I read, half of them sat there and said, I'm not opposed to it. The other half said, let's do it. Right there, you've got a 100% go ahead. You want to hear from teachers? What am I as a parent going to say? What is my objection to a clear backpack? There is none.
Mm-hmm.
What? Am I afraid my kid's going to have something they're not supposed to and get suspended? Then suspend my kid, not supposed to have it.
Right.
Give me a call. Let's
Right.
work together.
Right.
You want parent outreach? Here's a parent outreaching. It's insane to me. But the same lady who was sitting there complaining about this.
I mean, it was multiple ladies sitting there complaining.
We're going to talk about
Which one are we talking about?
We're going to talk about nap time. You didn't see that picture?
No.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see the picture. Somebody took a nap at the school board meeting?
Nap attack.
Really?
I mean, you could hear her snoring.
Are you serious?
When nap time is more important than your kid's future.
No, Trevor, don't do her like that. Because her kid's future is bright. They go to Lake Flint.
Oh, you mean where the MOT funds are already there? The same funds that she didn't want in the Flint schools?
And I can't understand that. So your children are benefiting from...
Her kids are more important than our kids. That's all it is.
That's what it is?
That's what it is.
Because it's okay for MOT to give to the school that your children go to and receive all of the great educational programs that they have to offer. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to our little children in Flint...
Nah, fuck the Flint kids.
Sound like Tony now.
I read Tony. Fuck them kids. Yeah. And that's exactly what she is saying.
Yep.
She said it when she voted and fought against MOT funds. She said it when she took a nap. And then when she starts arguing about some money just to make sure that all these backpacks are covered and the distributor gets what they deserve for having these clear backpacks, she says, fuck them kids. What about my hurt feelings? How much did you pay that nice lady who's not here?
That's what sent me off on a tyrant. I was okay. I was getting a little pissed, because when I react from my brother, Blake Strozier, Pastor Blake Strozier used to be on the board. So I seen him in the comments. And so I'm seeing him getting pissed. And when I see him getting pissed, I'm getting pissed too. Our babies.
She literally said,
right after the
fuck
vote.
Them kids. She said, fuck them kids. How much did you spend? As if to say, if that money wasn't put toward that nice lady who's no longer here, that she would have voted for. That's so you voted no out of spite.
Yep.
Not out of any consideration, out of spite.
Yep. Exactly. Out of spite. I'm not supporting.
Let's take a look at something. The school board, as it is set up, they have to pay the legal fees. If they voted no on her fees, but voted yes on the other lady's fees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're getting sued. You want your shit covered? Okay, you have to cover the other person.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, which is cheaper for the district, by the way, a lawsuit or however much was paid? Because that lawsuit, there's more fucking court fees.
Yeah.
Then there's settlement. Or if it doesn't go to settlement and it's just damages.
Right.
Which is cheaper? Use your fucking head and get out of your damn feelings. I'm sorry. Maybe
It's not gonna happen.
I
They're
need
not gonna
this.
get out their feelings. Oh, more Red Bull? Are you kidding me?
Look, I'm not gonna endorse violence. I'm not gonna endorse violence. But some people need a swift kick in the ass to get their brains started because their head's shoved so far up there.
Oh, here we go. They're gonna say they started an insurrection for the school board meeting. They told people to come kick our asses. Oh, decorum. I can't use other people's voices.
Wait, we can't?
No, we can't do it not in Flint anymore.
Did I get in trouble for that? For
No,
doing kick
that was Mr. Mays.
Oh.
So we go back, and a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I get a call. Help Mel. I'm like, who the hell is Mel?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they call that lady. Her name is Melody, or something like that. Rutherford on the school board.
Yeah.
And they saying, okay, they after her. And I'm like, well, who is after her? You know, I'm thinking like it's
the infamous they.
Right, it's they.
The
And
them.
so it's them and they, the same people that we've been screaming about all along.
I gotta walk in front of the camera for a second. Let's try to settle my nerves with some more.
So they got them and they after Mel, and I was confused because she was siding with them at the school board meeting. She said some shit that I haven't heard since 1987. Let's send the kids home with a survey, and when they bring it back, we'll give them a bag of popcorn.
That might work for the kindergartners.
Is that the most innovative shit you can come up with
My
in 2023?
God.
Lead the kids into the future?
Why ain't NASA employing her? That's some genius shit.
My God, who gave her that idea?
Look, she looks like the type that may not be able to piece that together herself. Let's face it, a lot of our elected officials in this general area are not the brightest crayons in the box.
Because we vote for friends and family. Like you tell people, you ask them, well, why did you vote for them? Oh, she's nice. She used to do my hair. Oh, that's my cousin's friend.
Used to do my hair. Are we talking about A is for apple there?
Yeah, B is for boy. I mean,
A is
C is for cat and D is for dummy. I'm just saying.
Yep. Which I can understand wanting your family and friends to do well. Just because they're your family and friend does not mean that they're going to do well in governance.
Right.
They may be the nicest person when they come over and give you a fruit basket or whatever the hell makes them a good neighbor.
Right.
I don't know. My policy is like a good neighbor, stay over there.
Right.
Okay. But when it comes to governance and they constantly vote down things that benefit you, your area, your kids, while they're giving you that fruit basket, they're also giving you a kick in the teeth.
Right.
That ain't a good neighbor to me.
Swift kick in the ass.
They could use one.
I mean, my mom has been saying all week, after one shit storm after another, and then this was like the icing on the cake, the school board stuff right here. She said she feels like with them idiots that they got on the school board now, some of them, we like two impossible, that we two rows from the back of the bus again. I mean, just to make it plain, I mean, they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But what can you say to a teacher that's not making any money? They made them give up like 10%. They were supposed to get it back. I don't know if they got it all back. You're standing there with your backs to all of these kids. Somebody can have a 9mm out. You don't know. That's a lot of pressure, if you ask me.
For their base pay. And then the ESSER funds, I don't know why. There's a lot of creative shit that we need done with those.
Give me
ESSER
one of
funds.
them damn Red Bulls. If you're going to start talking about them ESSER funds. I'm
You
just
know what?
playing. I don't drink a Red Bull, but
Well, this is coffee.
no, I got my own coffee.
This
But
is
the
coffee.
ESSER fund, no, you keep your shit on there. But look, the ESSER funds, now did you hear that, allegedly,
Allegedly.
I heard Joyce McNeil was telling people the public to put in proposals to receive ESSER fund money. Now, I may not be the reddest apple on the tree,
That's a good
but I thought that the ESSER funds was for school improvement
That's
projects.
what I thought. And not just school improvement such as structural, but how about curriculum? How often do I bitch, moan, and complain that we don't have enough STEM in our schools?
Mhm.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Could those funds not be used to help bring our curriculum up to date?
Right.
Up to standard? Fuck trying to get to standard, surpass it.
Right.
Don't just try to get across the finish line. Try to be the first one there.
Right. Have you guys heard that? Like, chime in. Like, were any of you approached with filling out a proposal for Flint School ESSER funds? I wouldn't even know how to respond if someone told me you can have some of the children's money.
There would be words coming out of my mouth that I can't say here. And mind you, I drop the F-bomb very frequently on this show.
Yes, you do.
Like, we're talking shit that would get 8-10 deleted.
Okay, we don't want to do that today. We just gotta.
Let's just say someone is mentally deficient if they're suggesting that.
And may I say, Trevor, you did a very great job.
I didn't do shit. Mickey's the one that went to Ireland, fought a Scotsman through some big ass stones.
I'd give Mickey no credit. Best producer in the world. I love you, Mickey Jordan. A10 News Media Group. Go like and follow. Hit that cash app.
Look, we already figured out who's first in the game. Everyone else is just figuring out who's coming in second.
Well, Trevor said they still count Cheerios in the 10th grade.
So majority of our 10th graders have the literacy of a third grader in anywhere else.
What?
Yeah. Our 10th graders are literally reading at a third grade level.
We talking about chapter books, the books that
Reading comprehension.
Like Dr. Seuss stuff?
That's about where they're at, yeah. As compared to reading Catcher in the Rye, Catch 22, these beautiful classics.
I don't read that shit, but I'm just saying.
Oh, Catch 22.
But they can read that stuff on Facebook. Them kids ain't dumb.
They aren't dumb. It's just Facebook is one thing, and actual literary comprehension for the larger
in the everyday world, like, yeah.
And no wonder jobs aren't coming here.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna invest so much time and money into a place where my workers can't even read, or where they need Cheerios to count?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they have, if you go to a fast food joint, they have the machine right there.
Yeah, you just tap the picture of what you want.
How much you supposed to give the person back, and they still give you back the wrong amount of money.
Yeah. Or say you want to break change even, so you give them the same amount of cents.
Yeah. And they be like, you gave me too much money.
No, I just want to break even.
Right.
I just want my paper money, please.
Right.
I want my paper make believe money.
Absolutely.
Fuck the Federal Reserve too. All right. Let's get that out there.
All right.
So this comes full circle, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mr. Cobbs earlier this week,
Mm-hmm.
who said we need to hold our elected representatives accountable.
Bill Cobbs on the record, 810 News Media Group, 4:00 every Monday.
That man hit it dead on the fucking head.
Yes, he did.
So as we are here, there's another representative. He's not elected. I don't believe so. Mr. Freeman just tuned in. We hold him accountable, and you know what? He straight up just says, "This is how it is. This is what I'm doing to change it." Or we held him accountable.
Yeah.
He holds himself accountable, which, dear God, you never fucking see anymore.
Yeah.
Man's a saint.
The only thing I like about Mike,
The only thing?
Huh?
You
No,
just-
I like a lot of things
There you
about
go.
him.
You just said the only thing. I'm like, no, there's
No,
a lot to
it's
love
a lot
about
of
Mike.
things that I like about Mike, but in this professional world, like
Mhm.
professionally, he's not just gonna go along to get along.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all the houses gonna be torn down next year. He said, no, the fuck they not. No,
He said
no,
we
no,
were
sir.
not consulted about that timetable.
No, sir. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. We not tearing down all them. Them houses won't even get torn down. The ones that they got scheduled into 2026. Now everything else that they burning around, that ain't even on the schedule.
I mean, that's what arson's for.
Okay, back to our sheet.
All right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lord. Okay.
Well, let's get back to accountability.
Okay.
I've been going and talking Mr. Clack up a lot.
Mhm.
This is me holding him accountable. He is doing things that I appreciate and that I approve of.
Mhm.
So me giving him positive feedback is still holding him accountable.
Mhm.
Right? And then just like nap time, I'm holding her accountable right now. If you cannot stay the fuck awake to finish up the business of the district, resign.
Was she playing or this was fucking for real?
No, we could hear her.
This was the other night?
This was the other night. I snapped a picture. It's on Facebook right now.
Ooh.
Mr. Art grabbed it and put it on his too.
Ooh.
That was the only picture we're taking there because, number one, my phone died. Number two, if I had gotten any more upset, that phone would have been winged up at that stage.
Yeah, that was a stupid ass meeting. I just don't understand. Look, Mickey Burner, you got something you want to say? No.
No, Mickey's sitting here going, damn, I need to calm Trevor down before he drives.
But when they came back and picked up the damn book bags yesterday from the schools to act like they never had them, the teachers got the call of me.
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey, are you with this? Yeah. They said, well, we just want to let you know that the schools had the backpacks. Now they're coming to take them back. I said, are you kidding me? Well, who is it? Well, they didn't want to give the names on who was coming back to collect them. But they had them at the schools.
Yes, sir.
And they sending them back or going to send them. I don't believe they even sending them back. Who the hell gonna take back $36,000 worth of inventory? They about to give them away or sit them and put them over in Northern or
They're
some
probably
shit.
gonna partner up with Amazon and sell them
I
at
mean,
like a $5
damn.
rate.
Our kids. I mean, this. Go ahead, Trevor. What's next?
The reason why I wanted Mr. Luna to tune into this one in particular, because he's the treasurer. Mr. Luna, first and foremost.
You about to get in Mr. Luna's ass?
No, because he has not voted. Our new members have not voted on a fucking budget. This is me asking him to do better than his predecessor. Because his predecessor was fucked up. His predecessor learned what meth was when she decided to write a budget and publish it. This is the entirety of your Flint Community Schools budget. This
page.
This page.
You took it out the book.
No, this is the entirety.
Detailed line items. That. You just handed me the Flint Schools budget.
Now, they do have an accountability breakdown that comes the year after.
The year after?
Mm-hmm. That is how they propose to spend the funds and where they allocate them. The year after, this is all the relevant information from the 2021 and 2022 school year, is relevant information, mind you, because there's a lot of fluff that goes into these. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are the 2021 budget. So 4 pages of actual information
of
merit.
Money for the special education kids to play athletics. Special education fund budget has its own separate budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And since you said athletics, let's go into the general overall. How much is going toward our Flint students and their athletics program? $235,243 from the general fund.
Let me pass you back the Flint school budget.
And then $18,000 in grants. This is totaling out to $253,243 for our athletics departments, for our middle school, for our high schools, for elementary schools for their football programs, soccer programs, baseball programs. That is how much they fucking have. That is all. Basic programs. I don't see anything going on in our basic programs at all. They're still using books that say fucking GW is president.
They don't want to put Obama in there yet. That'll mess them up too much. I'm just
Right.
saying, you know me.
They still have books that say ain't a word. Guess what? If you go look at Oxford Dictionary, ain't is now in there.
Mhm.
Same thing about this, actually. So they still have books that say they're out fucking dated. I want to know how the fuck we are spending $8,447,072 out of the general fund, and then an additional $12,916,112 out of the grant fund. Totals out to $21 million. Where the fuck is that going? Because it ain't in my kid's head.
You jump up on this table if you want to. I'm gonna knock your ass back down.
So, this, to follow the wonderful meme, this is you. This is the man she tells you not to worry about. That is the Tucson School District's budget, and it breaks it down to the fucking dollar.
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's just Tucson. Oh, I'm sorry. We missed some pages.
Okay. Now, just for, a lot of people like optics out there. And I like optics myself. So, let me see the Flint School District budget. There you go.
All right.
And this is Tucson, Arizona School District budget. That's a damn shame.
And then if we take a look, Albuquerque, New Mexico, similar size and similar budgetary standards. In other words, they have 80 million, we have 80 million.
Yeah.
There and about. Theirs is 546 pages long. I didn't have enough ink or paper in my house to print that bitch. I could print hundreds of these. Now, I hear you guys saying, all right, that's Arizona, that's New Mexico. Detroit, 41 pages. Saginaw, 115.
Damn, even Saginaw got 100.
Even Saginaw.
They only got one school, don't they?
I don't know. I don't live there. I don't care about that.
But I'm just saying, they comparable to Flint.
In many ways, yes.
Yeah.
Lansing, and when I tried looking that up, it tried giving me the state House representatives and the Senate, and I didn't care about that shit because that's statewide.
Right.
And I didn't feel like my Google food was up to that.
Okay.
But when Flint comes out and has the audacity to print me up one fucking page, Mr. Luna, I'm not mad at you. Please, 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 no, I'm not mad at you. Because you had no hand in this bullshit. I'm asking you to please give us a budget with more substantiation. Let us see where the money is actually going.
Oh, you want
Give
a
us a-
PowerPoint
I want a
presentation?
breakdown
Like
as
share.
to how much goes per student and into what ways. I want to see how much goes from what budget into what program.
Right.
Give me a breakdown. Give me a PDF file that I have to sit there and wonder how much ink I have to get. And I know it's a lot of work, and I know you guys don't get paid a lot on that board.
Well, maybe they got it, and it's just not public. Maybe it's something that's got to be FOIA. Like,
Why should we, as taxpayers, as parents, have to FOIA it?
I mean, because it has all budgets. Like, I do $1 million budgets. And it has salaries in there. So maybe they don't want you to know how much people are making. They just don't want to put it out there online. Could be.
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you do multi-million-dollar budgets. That isn't government, is it? All government salaries are open for you to see.
You don't say.
All of them,
Oh.
such as School District of the City of Flint, Contract of Employment Superintendent.
Oh, my God.
Now, this took me a little bit of fuckery to get to, and we're not going to go into that because I don't want to burn some friends who happen to work at a couple of the schools around here.
You ain't got no more friends no more. It's just us. It's just us. I'm telling you.
No, I had to call one of my kids' ex-teachers, and she went rooting around for me and
Okay.
got me this. Now, this is public information, though.
Okay.
Why did I have to have someone go root around for me?
Because they hid it for some reason, because salaries. Maybe they just didn't want you to know how much somebody was making. I mean, I don't know.
Now, this man, let us remind ourselves that the person he took over the contract from, because they left and they needed someone, and he goes, let me fill in the
That
slot.
was when Superintendent Anita Stewart, she was the last one before this one. Okay.
She climbed the ranks. She went from teacher to principal.
Mhm.
She climbed that ladder.
Uh-oh, Dylan here.
Thank you, Mr. Dillon. You are a saint. I will be sure to go through that when I'm at my computer at home.
Dylan, I was proud of you the other night too. I just want to tell you that in public.
Yeah, we are both very happy that you were there. I am very satisfied with my vote so far. That isn't to say that if you mess up, I won't call you out. But so far, no. That's threatening violence.
No. I
But-
was doing that.
Okay.
Doing that.
But that isn't to say I won't call you out. However, the way you've been performing, I doubt I'm going to have to call you out. Period. End of story. You've been doing a great job. Okay. So this man, however,
Superintendent.
from what I understand, just stepped into the role.
Okay, Superintendent Kevlin Jones. That's his name.
Yep. Just stepped into the role.
Okay.
Didn't do the work, didn't do the time in the trenches.
Oh.
Let us slip around through here for a second.
He's a nice guy though.
Compensation.
He's nice.
For $169,500, I'd be very nice too. That's of your money. That's of our money. Yeah, I'd be very nice to my fucking boss too if I was pulling in 6 digits a year.
How much you say he made?
$169,500 base compensation.
The superintendent of the Flint schools make more than the city of Flint mayor.
Yep.
And we got one high school, 2 or 3 elementary schools, and that's it.
Say that. Yeah. And they're all failing. Is this man worth $169,000 with a failing grade across all schools?
They all need to be held accountable.
That's
from
all
the
we're asking
top
for.
down. And again, people don't want to say shit because it's like, oh, they're my friend. Hell, I like him too. He's my friend. They get mad because I got a big mouth. So fucking what?
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be held accountable. If your school district is not performing, it's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When we have, and I've seen ex-councilman Alan fucked up Griggs, he made a comment on Facebook and it was condescending, like, fuck the Flint schools. They only had 70. He didn't say fuck the Flint schools before y'all go looking. But what he did say was they only had 77 graduates last year. So pretty much, what is he saying? Fuck them. They only had 77 graduates last year.
I mean, that could be impressive or that could be depressing. What was the class size?
When I graduated in 94, we had over 400 kids from Southwestern. One school. I mean, every school had to have the whiting at a different day because it was too many to fit in at one place. We couldn't even all fit in at the IMA.
See?
But now they got it at
this is Flint Community School. So when I'm saying that, right, only 77 graduates. I graduated second out of a class of 13.
What school you go to?
Center for Academic Success.
Where the hell is that at?
Douglas, Arizona.
Okay, see, you don't even count.
No, I don't. So when I hear 77 graduates, I go back to my college or my high school years. I'm like, that's a lot of fucking kids. Now I bring it into context. We're in Flint. we have a much larger population base, and this is not charter schools, these are public schools. There's much more children. 77 graduates is piss poor. That's pathetic.
Right, it is.
So
why aren't they saying anything? Like, how long is his contract? Oh, it gets better.
it always does. It always does.
I like him. He's a great pastor. But if you're bored, it's like the head. You the head of the district.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Actions
board
reflect
actually is
leadership.
the board. The superintendent reports to the board. Okay? The board should be holding him accountable, and the public that voted for this board should be holding them accountable.
I believe it goes up in 24. But
so
there's more.
It's more.
There's
Damn,
more. Come
Trevor.
on.
There's more. We ain't
There's
even got to
always
Mount
more.
Morris yet. We still in Flint.
That's why I said hopefully 12:45, depending, because Flint is fucked up from the floor up.
Yeah.
Flint is a soup sandwich right now.
Yeah.
Right. So this man gets a tax deferred annuity of $10,000 at the end of 2021, 2022 school year, 2022, 2023 school year, 2023, 2024 school year, pending evaluation. That same evaluation says whether you get to keep your job or not, or you are dismissed by the board. He's never had one. Never had an evaluation.
Oh, shit. This is getting good.
Now, I want to know, it doesn't say in his contract whether he's been paid these tax-deferred annuities.
President Michael Clack, baby. We need to know. Have you been given Dr. Reverend Bishop Superintendent Kevin Jones his $10,000 raise each year?
Mr. Clack is brand new. So we need,
But
we
he's
need him
privy
to
to
look
the
it back.
information, yeah.
We need him to look it back and see.
And,
if that check is being
and
cut.
Treasurer Dylan Luna. And why haven't, and they've been there, well, okay, so they knew.
They are brand fucking new.
When did
fresh
they
out
get
the
there?
box.
When they get there?
I think they were sworn in. Mr. Luna wasn't, I don't think. But sworn in December. That's the same day that I threw a fit off camera, mind you. So my fits off camera are a lot worse. That the second that these new folks were sworn in, they were
having a vote to read.
They had a 90-page document slapped down in front of them and said yes or no, without any prior warning.
I forgot about that. That was the same night they wanted them to vote, and they didn't even know what was going on.
Yep.
Clack in the comments, he said he hasn't given anything.
He hasn't given anything.
Of course, Mr. Clack hasn't, because Mr. Clack has some fucking integrity.
He sure does. He sure does. And you know what? President Michael Clack and everybody out there that's watching, he wasn't supposed to be president. Clack wasn't supposed to be president. Clack wasn't supposed to get anything. Yeah, I'm telling it. But now they got Clack over there.
Now they have someone with some integrity, some
Yep.
balls, and
Yep.
no fucks to give,
Yep.
presiding over everything.
Yep. So if they give you issues, then we coming. That's it.
So this guy also gets more though.
What? Now come on, $169,000 a year,
$169,500.
$10,000 bonus.
$10,000 bonus. Merit pay. The board agrees that if the superintendent receives a highly effective rating on his annual performance evaluation, pursuant to paragraph 5 of this contract, superintendent shall receive an additional $2,000 payment. The board shall remit this payment, if any, no later than June 30 as part of the superintendent's compensation for the contract year ending on that date. So if they say you did good enough, even though they haven't been filling out his evaluations, he gets an extra $2,000 every year.
Isn't that some type of violation for the board not to evaluate the superintendent? Like, how do you
Weird.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. If they haven't been doing an evaluation, right? Let's just think farther.
Mhm.
And next year he gets an evaluation, or this year he gets an evaluation that's below satisfactory, and they want to get rid of him. Couldn't Superintendent Kevin Jones go and get an attorney and say, well, they never reprimanded me before.
Or
I
he
mean,
could
they
say, I
just-
never received an evaluation before, and,
Right.
well, I think I was doing a good job, and no one said I was doing a bad job. Why didn't I receive my extra $2,000 or my extra $10,000?
Why do they leave themselves open to mess, to lawsuits?
But there's more. Automobile allowance. The board shall provide superintendent with $700 per month automotive allowance. You know how much that comes out to?
How much?
$8,400 a year.
We get $700. He get a car. He get a car.
To make sure that he can be mobile, go to his office, or go to the schools as needed.
That's some bullshit. Michael Clack, I know we said we're trying to move, but you have to see what's going on and who is trying to do the work. I know, I get it, Mike, I get it. But when I'm sitting up here hearing that, and I'm not picking on Kevin Jones, I like him. I think he's nice.
Like I said,
But
don't get me
when
wrong.
you got a failing ass school district, a failing ass board, so far, y'all, Clack, you know, we good. But you got a superintendent that's getting more paid than the mayor, $169,000, a $10,000 bonus each year.
Another $2,000 bonus each year, merit pay.
Yeah, on top of his bonus. And then y'all giving him $700 a month for automobile allowance.
Now,
I'm just wondering, because you knew, Treasurer Dylan Luna, you knew. But is this shit still going on? Because we can't really keep hearing that for another month. Now, Treasurer Luna, what you said the other day was about, look, this been sitting in front of us since January. It's February. We need to vote on this. You said that about the backpacks. So let it be known on February, what's today's date?
dear God.
17.
Yeah, 17.
February 17th. 810 News Media Group is asking, are you all still paying $700 a month for the superintendent
They are.
automobile allowance?
There's been nothing, no movement on his contract.
And when was his last evaluation?
None, ever.
Man, come on.
But-
I'm done.
Here on the lower right-hand side of this page, I want you to read me that name, the top part,
The lower right hand.
the top name.
Oh,
Just read underneath the scribble.
I'm not calling her no doctor. It say Joyce Ellis McNeil.
And while I may not know the superintendent, I've never spoken to him. I know absolutely nothing about him except for that contract. That contract seems too goddamn good for a failing school district. That contract seems to be very nice. That is padded out to the extreme.
This is a good ass contract. I ain't mad at it. Now I ain't mad at it.
What I have to ask is,
That's a good ass contract.
how?
How? That's what
Or-
we're saying.
Possibly, mind you, this is just me being me, and there's always an allegedly. There's always an asterisk at the end of anything I say that is an allegedly.
Right.
Not just how, but who. As in, who do you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is too much. Could you imagine if we cut his salary in half? If we took away that damn automobile allowance? If we actually rated him and gave him his evaluations? What that extra money could be allotted for? Maybe some clear backpacks.
They already bought the clear backpacks, and again, you know,
And
I'm
just saying, if she's gonna bitch, moan, and complain about some clear backpacks, how about you bitch, moan, and complain about overpaying someone? And good for him.
good for him.
Good for him that he has found himself such a cushy fucking contract. Granted, Flint schools are a hell of a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. All one of them.
Hell of a lot of work. We've got parent issues, we've got student issues, we've got learning issues, we've got issues upon issues upon issues. I know it's a lot of work. I'm not going to say that it is worth every damn penny of this, though. He does need to be compensated. Should this contract look like this? No. Should it look like this when schools in Flint become part of the top 80% of Michigan?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all
hell
we saying.
yes.
That's all we saying.
But
Yep.
right now, Michigan is ranked 32 in the nation for our schools, public schools. And in that 32 ranking, Flint in the state of Michigan is in the bottom 25%. When employers hire our kids outside of Flint, say a Flint kid goes to Ann Arbor, the employer is sitting there going, I am scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I'm tired of hearing about that, especially about our kids. These are our children, and they deserve better.
Yes, they do. They do. And our children are not animals.
No.
Nor should they be treated as such.
Now there's the bridge that everyone came here for.
Yep.
You want to start that one?
So
let's face it, I'm a little bit the wrong everything to
no,
start
you're not
that
the
one.
wrong nothing because you mixed up in it too. I don't want to say too much, but if you all go to my page, Winter's Hall, it's a video. This mother, me and Trevor get in a little trouble sometimes. We were out.
We weren't even out. We were right here.
We was out. You don't tell where we was at.
I'll say I was right here because I was trying to put up stuff. And
Trevor,
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
okay, we was out.
We were out.
And she, to hear this mother talk and to look at this son and that video, she showed us other pictures because there's more videos going around Mount Morris School. This young man was no bigger than Trevor.
Let me stand up. Mickey, would you adjust the camera to actually measure, show me standing?
I have a nephew that's...
I am all of 130 pounds.
Yeah.
This kid was lighter than me.
Yeah.
He weighed about 115 soaking wet with lead weights in his
If
boots.
100. Because I asked my god sister, my little sister Brittany, I said, how much does Peanut weigh? 75 pounds, because that's who he reminded me of when I looked in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That young man, according to him, allegedly has been tortured out there at Mount Morris schools.
Now,
According
it's
to
worse
him.
than tortured. I don't think there's a word in the English language that quite puts what this young man has been through. Some of the stories we heard, the one that sticks out to me and that I told my wife yesterday that had me so screwed up was this child is the only kid of his skin color in his class. Everyone else looks like me. One kid, not part of that fucking class, from another classroom, walks in, turns out the lights.
Allegedly. We have to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just
Mind you, there's always an asterisk at everything I say.
Yeah.
Turns out the lights and says, I don't see no N-words in here.
Yep.
The young man, instead of doing what I would have done,
Sure would.
because there are certain words that get to me, calling me a baby killer, that'll get me in your face real quick. The word that this kid was called has a longer history.
Yes.
And has so much more hate behind it.
Yes, it does.
Instead of doing what I would have done, which is filled in option C of life, which is violence, he went to go find an adult.
Yes, he did.
He stood up. He walked out of the door calmly.
Yes, he did.
Didn't say a damn word, according to him. He didn't get into any physical confrontation. He found a teacher. He reported it. Nothing happened.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. That student wasn't written up, wasn't expelled, wasn't suspended, didn't even get taken to the corner and said, Johnny, if you're going to be a racist piece of shit, do it at home.
Yeah.
None of that happened. It was ignored.
The video, the mom showed me some still clips of the young man that, not the young man, of the, I don't know if it's the school liaison, the officer, or whatever. It was two or three of them that was on him.
Yeah.
And
one of them was a big boy.
This guy, my husband is 6'6". He looked like he was a big guy on this boy. And somebody wrote the most insensitive comment I have ever read. Said, well, what did he do? What the fuck did George Floyd do?
All I gotta say is, this kid is fucking tiny. You don't need 3 grown-ass men to hold
Get
him
off
down.
of me.
Get off
Get
of me.
off of me. Let me get up. That's what he's screaming.
And
And he couldn't have been that big of a threat when you got the
remember-
principal. I know you want to talk, but this got me burning.
Get it.
When you got the principal standing there, wasn't that lady the principal? The
Yep.
white lady?
With that.
Looking over,
Mhm.
making sure that they whooping his ass. And then coming back trying to shoot the other girl from taping it. And let me tell you, baby, they fucked up when they gave that student B 180 days out of school, and they gave the student A 180 days too. I'm gonna let Trevor fill in the rest because it gets better.
So, there has been multiple incidents, as we just recounted, the one with that horrible word.
Mhm.
Because sticks and stones may break your bones, words will never hurt me, except some words just need to be forgotten about.
They do.
You call me a dummy, I feel happy.
Right.
You beat me with a rock, I'm going to hurt. You call me a baby killer, I'm going to break you.
Yeah.
Like a Kit Kat bar.
Yeah.
But there were other incidents. Nerdy ass little kid writing names in a notebook. People he's going to kill. This young man's name was number 3, and the school didn't do shit. With everything going on in our schools, with the violence, with the shootings, with every fucking thing going on, and they are taking that seriously, but this young man trying to walk away from a confrontation, because that's literally how that video started. 2 young men came up to him, started assaulting him. He pushed himself out. He started walking away. Teacher called the principal's office. Principal sent people to go get him. He said, I'm walking to cool down. He walked into the gym. He was about to walk laps. Teacher, big ass motherfucker, picks him up around the body, drags him out of the gym. When the kid said, put me down, and started struggling, that fat ass son of a bitch threw him onto the ground, kneeled on him, and put his elbow into his throat. That is what has me so fucking heated. This young kid, smaller than me, has a man larger than me on him. I would be screaming too.
Yeah, I would too. And it doesn't, and I'm sure that it's more. You know, it's always more to the story. But right now, I don't care if he was black, blue, green, or yellow, that much force to take down a child.
There's no need for it.
That was unnecessary.
There's no need for it.
I couldn't imagine. And they do this to girls too. I couldn't imagine. Like, this is a child. That little boy, Trevor, he was your size. Smaller
than me. I've got more muscle on my arms than he does. The kid was a twig. You want to know why? Because he studies. He does nothing except for, he hardly even goes outside, according to his mama. He sits at home, watches TV, and reads books. What student do you know that causes problems, sits there and reads books for entertainment?
His mama said that she sent him there because she wanted him to have a better education.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
And then she started hearing about this stuff.
Yeah.
I had an earnest conversation with them, and I told her, look, Flint schools are fucked up. I wouldn't send your kid to our public schools. We've got people that have been recently elected that are trying to fix them.
Yeah.
I recommended her toward Way Academy, which is where I send my kid. Because she was a year behind, which is what they're trying to do to this young man. Removing him from a school for 180 days sets his education back.
Yep.
For what?
A whole year. And she
what?
When she went to the school to go get the paperwork, they told her to stand outside and wait.
Oh, Nancy, this is a great question. I am sorry. I don't think we went into enough detail where this was. Mount fucking Morris.
Mount Morris High School.
And I brought this up with a few other people while I was out and about yesterday before nap time hit. Because I had my own nap time. Before nap time hit. And this lady was telling me, oh yeah, I went down to Mount Morris and got my brakes done. And while I was sitting there talking with them, they said, I can't believe they're letting these kids from Beecher into our schools. All right. What the fuck is wrong with Beecher? What the fuck is wrong with any kid from anywhere? Is it an economic problem? Is it a problem with your skin color? What the fuck is wrong with you for being so goddamn elitist that you can't stand these kids from other places coming to these schools?
Some white people, they don't want black people to come into what they feel like is their territory. Look how when we moved into Grand Blanc, they asses moved to Fenton. When we moved to Fenton, they asses moved to Clarkston.
I feel like this sort of issue was supposed to be addressed a generation and a half ago.
Yeah.
That things were put into place to stop this bullshit, and now some people are forgetting.
That's why my mama said it feels like we 2 rows from the back of the damn bus again. This boy, no matter what the hell happened, never should have had people on him like that.
No.
He was terrified to sit here and that young man said, I thought I was gonna die. It was fuck.
And he's in middle school.
He at school, period. You shouldn't even be thinking that you're gonna have to die
ever.
at school.
You shouldn't be thinking that before you. At that age, the thought of death crossing your mind should be for someone else, never on yourself. It should never be, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
And they did this to this kid.
Yeah.
And the reason that we're coming in late on this is because of how much I had to go through with Flint and how much work I did with that. But it had to be said today.
It did.
If Mickey was here with his equipment, it would have been said yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to, we're going to do a follow-up story.
Oh, yeah.
We'll definitely do a follow-up story, and hopefully we can have the parents and him on to give us some more insight.
Well, let's not forget, because we covered a few things there. The young lady, we just kind of mentioned it. She got 180 days out of school.
Baby, I didn't know if you was gonna drop it.
I'm not dropping that part.
Okay.
However, for videoing this incident, now does that not sound like you were trying to intimidate someone? Does that not sound like you're trying to cover up some evidence? And then, because we spoke to her mother too, her mother spoke to other people. They are afraid of retaliation from the schools. How fucked up is your school district if parents are afraid to talk about the bullshit going on in your school because they're afraid you're going to take it on their kids? Mount Morris, you've got a fucking hell show coming for you. If I have to go down there myself, you will hear from someone. Guaranteed.
Because when all the details come out, even though this happened to that young man, that girl that they suspended too, her mama gonna get their ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Her mama is somebody.
We have to be so careful
we
with
can't
that
say who she is.
Because she did request anonymity. That's why she is student B.
Yeah.
But mom is tenacious.
Mm-hmm.
I am not. I am so glad I am not on mom's bad side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when this starts on it, there's a school board meeting coming up. We're not going to land blast it. You guys can look it up if you want to attend yourself. But we're not encouraging anyone to be disruptive. Ever.
Oh no, never.
But you can show support.
Mm-hmm.
You can show support all over social media. You can maybe go show support for this young man and all these horrible against these horrible things.
Go share the video.
Go to Mount Morris School District Facebook. Go ahead and share the video there.
Yeah, just share the video. Go to Winters Hall. Winters Hall is on your page too.
It's on Trevor
Berryhill. Is it on A10 News Media Group? It will be if it's not after this show. Go share the video. Let's make it go viral. Let's make them answer what really happened.
And we are in the process of helping out the family. I'm filling out FOIAs for them, for them to submit, so we can get all the school footage. Because that young lady.
The school had cameras.
The school has cameras.
Right there. Where all that took place.
So, while we only have that small video that young lady sent us, we're looking at getting more.
Yes.
And we are looking to make that public domain with the mother's permission.
Yes.
Mother and father, because dad's pretty cool too. I like dad.
Yeah. Dad was, I'm just glad that.
Dad was revved up and ready to go, and I'm glad that he is ready to go revved up in the right direction. Because if that was my kid, some doors would be getting kicked in.
I'm glad that
I'd be in some cuffs right now.
He was upset.
Yes.
But I'm glad that he was like.
I'm glad
he
he's
was.
smarter and calmer than me.
Yeah. You would have been in jail. My
Oh,
husband
yeah.
would have been in jail. I would have been in jail. Mickey would have been in jail. The way they held that young boy down, you got to see in flashbacks. Like when I heard his screams, "Get off of me! Let me up!" And they were saying, "We're trying to. How are you trying
if
to?
you're not getting your fat ass up and on your goddamn feet, you're not trying.
Let me up.
Let me up."
Can you? And that's what got the mother and the father yesterday, and that's what made me get that frog in my throat because she said, "That's my baby," and that father, who's all the father, the man is the head of the household. He said, "I wasn't there to protect my son."
Nancy, I can't really say it is public information. You're gonna have to look it up yourself. But if I say it, then it can be seen as we are encouraging disruption. I can't say look it up yourself when this meeting is, where it is.
Nancy, I'll call you.
There you go. But if we say it on here, it looks like 810 is endorsing disorder.
Yeah, I'll call you, Nancy. We'll talk about it. Don't worry about it.
And we will make sure to keep on top of this story. We have already referred it to some friends of ours.
Yeah.
To get a wider audience. Oh shit! I didn't do it.
Hey, we got a lot of new technology up here today.
I still don't take phone calls. But since we're getting ready to round this out and leave, on that horrible note, let's go to something a little bit different.
City Council?
No.
Okay.
No. I want to invite, because I don't do guests. I want you guys to understand how important this is. I want to invite Mr. Dylan Luna and Mr. Clack here.
On your show? On
my show. We will work around your schedule because I know you guys have jobs because let's face it, school board doesn't pay shit but like what, $30 a meeting? And we can come in, sit down. I will have some pre-asked questions. And once we go through those and get your explanations, then we can go into live questions. That way we can get some real information out about the Flint School Board. That way the people aren't just guessing at what you're thinking at. They can hear it from your own mouth.
President Michael Clack said, "I'm there."
Mr. President, thank you very much. Now we just need Mr. Luna. And once again, I got to say congratulations and thank you to the both of you and to the third was Mr. King, correct?
Teray King.
Yes.
Yeah, Teray
and
King.
Mr. King as well. But I want to get...
Teray King is the 0.5, though. He's the 0.5. For me, he's the 0.5. That's all I can say.
But I do want to say
real. We got 2.5.
The reason that we are asking Mr. Clack and we are asking Mr. Luna on, Mr. Clack as the president, Mr. Luna as the treasurer. So we can try to get this mess unfucked.
Yep.
And we can see what their plan of action is.
Yeah. And we need to, you know what, and we also as a community, I think that if you care about your community like you say you do, like you had, 15 or 20 people running for the Flint School Board?
Yeah, we had quite a few.
So how many did you see there the other night at the meeting?
I looked around. I didn't see hardly, just the ones that was elected.
So none of the people.
We had like 8 people in attendance when I walked in.
See, that's what I'm talking about. These people come out when it's time for election season. And they say they care about our babies, but when they don't get voted in, they get mad.
I mean, yeah, I don't even see them commenting on the school board.
So the community has to get behind the teachers and help them. Get behind the ones on the school board that's trying to do right and try to move Flint forward.
See, here's something I can say about Mr. Clack. And it'll always be Mr. Clack, even though he tells me just to call him something else. Before he ran, when I had first met him, I could not get this man to shut the fuck up about the schools. And then he runs for it and he wins. And what's he do? He's still going on about the schools. Why? Because he gives a rat's ass.
Yes, he does. He's a product of the Flint schools. Yep.
You know what? I will put it on my personal page. I just can't put it on 810 because I don't mind getting deleted off Facebook.
Go to Trevor Berryhill's page. After the show is over, he will have the information up about where the next Mount Morris School Board meeting is. We advise you, if you do go, just to go be calm and just if you do
Sit and
speak,
stare.
or if you do speak, just show your support for the family in a nice, decent, calm way. We're gonna show them that we know how to conduct ourselves, because the way they treated that young man, apparently they think we animals, but we're not.
No. So if you do choose to speak, as always, when speaking in a public forum, respectful,
Mhm.
whether they deserve it or not. Neutral tone, calm, and don't be accusatory. What you do is you say, I believe what has happened to this young man is wrong, and I would like the board to reevaluate his expulsion. Now, mom's probably not going to
Send them back there.
send him
Hell
back,
no.
but that expulsion does go on a record, which can hurt this young man.
And he doesn't need that.
No.
And I'm tired
So
of
when it gets
yeah.
overturned and he goes to another school, well, he's going to another school regardless, but when it gets overturned, you've helped him.
Yeah.
Just showing up and being there helps him.
Yeah. So, well,
I think.
My last words is just thanks. I'm gonna turn it over to you again.
You know what? I got a little bit of the last words, and it's my thoughts on being a human, my thoughts on humanity, and it's not as bleak as you guys would normally think it is. When we're born to a certain age, it is just our job to accumulate basic skills. From the next stage is to refine those skills and to find something that we excel at and to contribute to society. After that stage, we are to work on ourselves, always have an attitude of improvement. And then the last stage is always trying to improve yourself, but trying to improve the next generation, help them with their flaws. We have a few people finally on the school board that are improving themselves and helping improve the next generation.
Oh wow, Mr. Clark said he's gonna go to the Mount Morris School Board meeting as well.
There we go. But to improve the next generation, and we have to make sure to hold these people accountable, and by accountable in the case of Mr. Clack is giving him the positive feedback that I believe he deserves, giving Mr. Luna the positive feedback
And
that I believe and support. So if they ask for something, anything, if it is within our ability as well as our morality, give it to them. These men, and well, it's only these three that I like right now.
Yeah, because Sophia Blanche and what's the other one? Rose is not gonna take us into the future.
But these men, I fully appreciate and I support wholeheartedly until they prove me wrong, and so far they have not.
Right.
I think at this point we should call it before I get to cracking the black stag, in which case Mickey's never going to go to his doctor's appointment.
So tonight, you always forget. Go ahead and say it. You always forget.
Let me see your hand real quick.
Thank
you so much.
Okay.
I always forget because I get wrapped up and I get angry. Tune in tonight to Club Rich. She's always got a great show. She's always doing something wonderful. Keeps you up to date with national level stars and what they're doing and their comings and goings.
I'm excited.
My happy ass doesn't watch TV, so if I get into a conversation with Winston, I have to watch Club Rich first. That way I know what's going on.
Right.
So if you're like me, watch Club Rich. If you're not like me and you're still up to date, still watch Club Rich. Just
Still watch Club
Rich.
Rich tonight, 8:00, and then 8 a.m. in the morning. The truth? No. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
With Reverend Thrillkill. And ain't nobody gonna be drunk this week.
Yes, Tony. Tonight is
See y'all later. Okay.
have a good one, and come to Trevor Berryhill, and I will put on to my personal page when that Mount Morris meeting is, and I'm going to keep double tapping and making sure.